If you're a real estate brokerage owner and you feel like you're constantly replacing agents as fast as they leave, I've got a message for you. Because a lot of brokers right now that I speak to are struggling. Some are stuck in production just to keep the lights on. You're losing top producers to other models, right? In fact, right now, Compass Real Estate just put $2 billion into product. It's hard to compete against that, right? It's also the agent attractors out there. So no longer are you only competing with brokers, you're also competing with thousands of agent attractors all across the nation. And they're not even defined geographically. Look, you're not alone, but you need to hear this. Because your real problem is not retention, it's not recruiting, it's definitely not the market either. Your real problem is that your brokerage is offering is weak, or at least it sounds weak. And in today's market, weak offers and positioning kill brokerages. Now stay with me here, folks, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why 90% of brokerages are set up to fail and what the top 1% of brokerages are doing instead. And how you as a broker or anyone that's trying to recruit real estate agents to their organization can make a small shift that makes your brokerage magnetic to top agents, all without cold calling, right? All without hiring recruiters. If you are a recruiter right now, it's going to make your job easier anyways, or just offering stock options or discounting. Look, let's dive in. First and foremost, there's a belief that I want you to understand. It's a belief that's quietly killing most brokerages. A lot of brokerages still think that they're in the real estate business. But in 2025, you're not in the real estate business anymore. You're in the offer business. That's what you're actually selling. I mean, think about it, right? Alex Hormozy made, I think, $115 million recently on a webinar, right? Think about that. He had an irresistible offer. He wrote a book on offers too. Most brokers offer, first of all, sucks, but also some of them don't even have any offer. Even the ones that do have an offer, they all sound the same. They offer a decent split, some support, weekly team meetings, a tech stack no one really uses. They might offer leads, but like those leads are just like in a pawn format. Agents already know that, like, everyone's already offering that. They might offer some training. It doesn't really set you apart from anyone else, right? That used to work when your competition was other small shops, right? Now you're up against giants. You're up against people that have venture funding, right? They have publicly traded companies with national stock and rev share. You're up against the agent attractor, like I said, which is tens of thousands of them all across the nation. You're up against tech companies with massive funding and influencer leadership. Like I mentioned, Compass put $2 billion into product, and also up against other models that have brutal simplicity and a better math equation to get your agents. You're fighting a gunfight with a butter knife. These models don't just offer better competition, they're offering a better narrative. They're not selling, hey, come hang your license here. They're selling, hey, come build wealth with us and freedom. And unless your offer competes with that, you're gonna keep on bleeding agents. And here's the part that really stinks, right? Most brokers right now still believe 3 lies. The first lie they believe is culture is our secret weapon. And look, culture is great. Your culture might actually be good too, but culture doesn't stand out. I can easily say my culture is great. No one's gonna believe me, right? Unless they actually experience the culture. And in order to experience the culture, you have to join your brokerage. And saying culture is not a way to get people to join your brokerage in the first place. Look, culture is not gonna pay the bills. Opportunity will. Agents don't leave because they don't like you. They leave because someone else made them a better offer. Lie number 2, if I just had more leads for agents, I could recruit more agents. Wrong. You don't have a lead problem. You have a conversion problem. I remember speaking to a broker owner. He had 150 appointments in the last 6 months. He converted 0, nada, nil. Right? Look, it's not a lead problem, it's a conversion problem. Because his offer, and maybe your offer, is not a no-brainer. Lie number 3, a lot of brokers think that, oh, once my agents are here, they'll stay. No, top producers don't stay where they're comfortable, folks. They stay where they can grow. If your broker doesn't offer a path to scale, equity, or leverage with irresistible offer and positioning, most of the time, you're just gonna be a stepping stone. So what are the top 1% of brokers doing differently? Well, they're obviously working with agenttraction.io, and they're using something called a brokerage as a product system. Now, in the brokerage as a product system, the main thing you understand is whether or not you work with us, they stopped selling the brokerage. They started selling a platform. They positioned their brokerage as a high-level product. Let me show you some live examples. Let's take the mid-career agent, right? They're doing 1 or 2 deals a month. They might be making 6 figures or whatever it is, maybe less. They don't want the hype, they want help. So what can a smart broker offer them? So they can have a video sales letter that is value first, is training, and the video sales letter can say, hey, agents, here's how to book 5 or 10 meetings a month with buyers and sellers on your calendar, and also use that to escape the real estate rat race and never worry about your client again. So they go ahead, they watch the video. At the end of the video, say, hey, if you're interested, you want to get access to the system, partner with my brokerage right now, right? So look, these agents that come in, right? They go ahead and, they're like, oh, wow, this broker is offering me appointments or a way to show appointments. But more importantly, you provide value first in a video sales letter call format. And that video sales letter also positions you as somewhat of expert, and you build a lot of goodwill and status. And it's reciprocal altruism in that sense. That's how you turn a brokerage into a destination, right? And look, you don't have to build all this yourself. You don't have to build the video sales letter. You don't have to get a copywriter. You don't have to build a marketing team. You don't have to become a tech company either. You don't even have to change your core brokerage's identity. You just gotta have to shift the way you think and the shift the way you position your brokerage. You're not a recruiter, you're not a manager, you're a product owner. Think of your brokerage as a product. You're selling it. You got to be understanding that you got to do a lot of marketing. You got to be different at positioning it. Myself, as the founder, CEO of our company, we've done 8 figures. I have to learn marketing, copywriting, positioning to sell my company as well. It's not easy, right? Look, Tesla doesn't sell cars. They sell an ecosystem, right? Apple doesn't sell iPhones, right? All of them sell a lifestyle, a belief system, a future. Your brokerage, you're not selling splits. You want to be selling a pathway to income and independence. And when you do that well, agents are gonna not just want to join, they'll stay, because leaving for them would mean starting over. And the biggest issue I see that a lot of brokers are making right now is they're chasing agents, they're not attracting them with value first approaches. Now you might be thinking, well, I don't have a brand, right? I'm just a small boutique firm. I'm with a franchise, I have rules, all valid, but none of that matters. Because here's what really matters in today's day and age and what agents care about. You want to provide them leverage. They're going to ask you, do you offer me leverage? Do you offer me a way to actually scale my business? Do you offer me growth? And the thing is, a lot of brokers offer that, but they can't communicate it. And I've actually talked to a lot of brokers in the past week alone. And this guy was like, look, I know with my Century 21 firm, I know I have a lot of value. I know we have the best thing in the market right now. We got a great office, we have daily classes, all that kind of stuff. But the issue is he couldn't communicate it. So they couldn't get access to that. So he had to position his value in a video sales letter call funnel. So for agents, when you deliver value, then they'll take that over a better known name any day. So what do you do next? Simple, you want to audit your offer. You want to ask yourself, would I join my brokerage if I was a top producer with no other options? And if the answer is no, then it's time to change that, because here's the truth. The next 5 years will be a bloodbath for traditional brokerages. But the ones that actually evolve, the ones who turn themselves into a product and position themselves with things like 24/7 digital recruiters, which we talk about on this channel a lot and we explain in the BAP system, those are the ones that are going to be stopping playing defense and start playing offense. They're going to be the ones that went big. And if you want help doing this, we've actually built out a full system called the Brokerage as a Product system. It's helped brokerages all across the nation scale and actually attract agents, not just recruit and chase them, but attract agents in a little 7 days or less. Now look, if you're interested in working with us, there's a link in the description. Go ahead and click that link, watch the video, understand, get acquainted with our processes, and then go ahead and fill the application and book a call. On that call, we'll see if you're going to be a good fit or not, and from there, we'll make you an offer to work with us. Look, remember, it's 2025 now, folks. Brokerages that win will look less like real estate offices and look more like platforms that agents cannot afford to leave. So if you're interested in working with us at agenttraction.io, go ahead and click the link in the description, watch the video, and we'll see you folks on the other side.